Welcome to Merch Life Hustle, where the tours meets the heat, the humor, and fire. I'm your host, Corman Savalas. This summer has been sizzling. All the tours are on fire. You got Beyonce out here snatching wigs. You got Kendrick Lamar, pretty much therapy bars. They're not like us. They're not like us. You know what I mean? Chris Brown is the boss. That's what he is, always killing on tour. And his merch is pretty much, you gotta go get it, because he dropped that product line on IG and it was fire. You got Metallica still melting faces as OGs, and they act like it's their side hustle. And today we have a stacked guest list. We got a person that's gonna come in and tell us about the amazing merch tech that helps elevate your garments. You engage with your fans, and I can't wait to hear more about that. And you know what? I'm bringing back the OG, my man. He pretty much gonna give us the knowledge about what's going on with AI, what's going on with fast fashion. You know what? So today is a stack show, so tune into it. So let's get this started. Tap into your limited edition tees. We're clocking in. Let's get this started, folks.
Gotta make that green. You need to hustle for that green. Every time I close my eyes, it just...
Welcome to Merch Life Hustle. I'm your host, Corman Savalas, where the streets meet the future. We've got the COO of IYK, the game changer using the NFC chip. Everyday change, digital experience from fan engagement to authenticity. They're reshaping what it means to wear something real. Let's dive into it and level up the merch game one chip at a time. Welcome to Merch Life Hustle, Austin.
Glad to be here. I'm excited to break it down.
Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you. So tell me, what got you into this whole merch game and the NFC chip? So what is your background? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so high level, I'm a software engineer by trade. And when COVID hit, I was like, I do not want to go back to a corporate office. So I started creating content specifically around crypto and tech. And I started growing an agency, and that agency helped people with marketing and then also executing at a high level from a business standpoint. And rewind back to, I think, 2022, I was moderating a panel at Urban Outfitters.
Wow.
And because one of my partners recently did a drop with Urban Outfitters. They're an NFT project, and they sold their apparel through Urban Outfitters.
Right.
And so I'm moderating this panel. The night before, I was very intoxicated. So I wanted nothing to do with being there. I was shivering on the stage, but I was like, you know what? You got to do this sometimes. And so one of the people on the panel was one of the co-founders of IYK. Mm-hmm. And so we're talking, and he's giving the background story on how IYK originated. And it came to be because there was a shoe sale done and a NFT that was assigned to it, but they were entirely separate. So you had the shoe, and then you had the authenticity, like entirely separate. So you could get this like COA,
right,
and then you could also get the shoe, but they weren't matched. And what IYK provided was a chip that would be installed into a physical item, and then that would identify that item as authentic. Oh. And so that's the origination. And he's telling the story of how it came to be and the different value propositions. And I'm just listening, and I'm like, that sounds pretty cool.
Right.
So after it, I was like, yo, I got to learn more about what you guys are doing. They ended up hiring my consulting agency, and we were working together for about a year. And then early 2023 or summer 2023, I came on full time as their COO.
Cool.
And since then, we've been working specifically in the music industry on helping artists transform their merch, their apparel, their shows to verify ownership and verify fandom across the board.
Cool. So tell me, how do IYK work? Simple terms, so someone new. So give me a little information. How does it work?
So I actually brought, usually it's helpful to see the actual chip.
Yeah.
So here is one of our NFC chips, and these are different sizes. This is our standard. This goes in most apparel items. So my shirt right now actually has a chip right here.
That's cool, man.
My hat has a chip
wow,
right here. So it can be installed in really any type of item. And this chip works the same way as Apple Pay. So you take your phone,
And do a little bing bing. Like
you tap it,
yeah.
and then you get an NFC notification on it. And every time you tap this chip, a new URL is generated.
Really?
So unlike a QR code where you'll scan it and then that website comes up, if anybody scans that QR code, they'll get the same link. But what our chips do is they generate a unique URL. And why this is important is because we want to know that the URL came from this specific chip at that specific moment. And that's our way of identifying somebody who's in close proximity to the item, where we're then able to prove that they're actually the owner. So in short, the chip allows for us to know who is the owner of a product.
Okay.
And what we believe is that merch and apparel, specifically in the music industry, this is something that's so native to these artists, yet there hasn't been really any advancement in terms of like the story that these products tell,
right,
and the value that merch owners actually get for being the biggest supporter of these artists. And the chip powers this. So that's one of our core product offerings. And we've really seen a lot of momentum in terms of artists being interested in how this can level up their merch.
Fire. So explain to me, how do a fan, once you tap it, what kind of notifications do they get? Do they know where their artist is currently at? They know any new drops? So you know more information about what type of information is, I guess, communicated to the fans, the fan engagement.
So one of the things that I think is like kind of a classic topic in the music industry is like first party data and like ownership, and like you have these artists who really don't know much about who their biggest fans are because either Spotify or another company is maybe owning their data. And so what we believe is that these chips, they give you direct access to your fans. And so when you tap the product, you provide your email address. We call this activating the item, which you get to then bring into your fan profile. So it's like Austin owns this Ramones t-shirt. He claimed it in whenever this album came out. Like he's an OG fan. You can see it in his fan profile. Like there's a proof for when that happened. And so that's why I would activate it as a user. But on the other side, as an artist, you get their information to then go and contact them directly with updates. And we've also experimented with creating these like digital fan cards, which live on like your iPhone, and then you can get notifications directly to you. And what these notifications would be about is like, let's say you wanted early access to tickets, exclusive content. So
new drops with merch.
Yeah, well, so like we just did a drop with Chance the Rapper.
Fire.
And he's coming out with a new project, and he released unrecorded like studio footage of him in the lab, and the merch owners got to see it. So it's like, hey, yo, check out, like go tap your merch. And then if you don't have the merch, it's like, I gotta go buy merch.
Exactly.
Like, so, and the people who are buying merch are naturally your like, call them your super fans or your bigger fans. And we believe that they deserve to be rewarded, and artists want to reward them. There just hasn't been this direct channel to do so. And we're creating that.
What I love about how fire this is, I love the fact that you're elevating and you realize that fans like communicating digitally, and they're able to have exclusive access. They constantly get communication to them. So that's something dope that I guess merch need. And so tell me, what other avenues that I'm gonna say that they can use it other than merch? You guys only do apparel, soft goods. What else do the IYK chip is able to utilize? And
so one of the interesting things about like this chip is it can go into really any product. So we've chipped cars. So like literally in the back of a car, people will tap it and be like, yo, I rode in this car. We've chipped high value art. From an artist side though, like you can chip, we have these fan access cards. They fit in your wallet. We have these trading cards. We have chipped keychains. We have chipped vinyls. Like, so the form factor is pretty malleable. It's really just about what is the artist doing and how can we work into what they already want to do. Because that's another thing that like, I think a challenge that because there's a lot of these like super fan products or like these fan insight products. I think one of the challenges is that any new consumer action is pretty hard to train somebody to do. And what we like about merch and apparel and purchasing vinyls or purchasing like exclusive cards, like customers and fans are used to that. Like you go to a show, you buy merch. Like wait, like that's part of what you're doing. And so we're not asking you to do something different. We're actually just asking you to do the same thing and tap a chip. Like so we want to get in where we think it's easy for you versus like go sign up for a new platform and like pay a monthly subscription to get like we want to integrate into what you're already doing. So that's like on the NFC side, and we've also worked with teams to capture fan data at events and at shows. So because it's a larger scale, so you're capturing 3,000 to 5,000 people a night. We've done it where on the screen you scan the QR code, you have a chance to get a seat upgrade like almost immediately, and in return the artist knows who's coming to the show, which is a massive data set because these are your people who are supporting you. I may listen to an artist on Spotify, but like
Apple Music.
But like I'm not going to their show. Like I want to go to a Drake concert. Like I'm a Drake super fan. I'm going to Drake's show. Like
he just launched his tour in UK. Are you going?
Not in UK. When he's coming to New York, I'm there. Okay. I went to him when he was in Barclays Center. Okay. But like Chance's new project, like I'm a big Chance fan, so like getting to work with them is really cool.
That's
but
awesome.
like I'm probably going to go to his show. Whereas all the other artists I listen to, I'm not really their fan. Like I'm their fan, but I'm not the same level. And it's important that Chance knows who I am, that Drake knows who I am. Because that's really where they make a lot of their money too.
And I have another question. So what, like an independent artist or someone that's signed, how can like a creator or small brand company start using IYK?
Yeah, so at really any level, I think there's different categories. So my buddy, he's an indie musician and he's doing these CD campaigns where it's like, purchase a free or get a free CD, just pay shipping. Right. And people love this product. Yeah. And what he's doing is he's building his fan base. Yeah. And what I believe is the earlier you set your foundation to create that, call it your 1,000 super fans, the better. And so in his case, right, you can sell these chipped CDs, you can sell a chipped access card, and now you're building your own community and ecosystem. And that can start with 1 fan, 2 fan, 100 fans. And we've done drops with artists as big as Tate McRae using that same product. So it's like, really the spectrum is so wide, and it really just comes down to a fan to artist relationship. And if you have 1 fan, you can build that relationship. Right. That's what we're trying to do, that 1-to-1 relationship. And so as long as you have 1. Right. If you don't have one yet, you only need 1. But if you don't have 1 yet, maybe we're not the right source. But I think most people have 1. If not your mom, your buddy, you have a fan.
That's the most important. 1 leads to millions and millions. So my next question, can a fan engage when they have the chip on the apparel or the merch? Can they like tap it and they can send photos of them wearing the merch? Has that?
Yeah, so there's we're building, so this is like our baby, and we're working on it every single day. And so some of the features that we're looking to build out is call it fan engagement, where we're maybe empowering, tapping it, sharing a photo online. We've done some experiments with artists, like we did a drop with Griffin where it was like a scavenger hunt. Oh, fire. And so people were sharing it on Reddit. Yeah. Like, yo, what's this? Like, and so they're all talking, and each chip told a different part of the story. Oh. And so they had to work together. So we're definitely experimenting with that, because we also love the opportunity where if I'm a Chance the Rapper fan and I want to get rewarded, so maybe I get 10 people to tap my shirt, and they maybe get 10% off his like album drop, but I get 1 for free now. Oh, dope. So it's like almost like called an affiliate type model that's powered through the chip itself.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. So what kind of content or rewards can be unlocked from IYK?
So exclusive videos, album drops. We've done, in the UK specifically, we have what's called like a UK charting product,
Okay.
but artists will release music to their apparel, exclusive discount codes, early access to tickets. There's really like the realm of possibilities is almost anything. Like if an artist wants to do something,
album drops, merch drops, like just communication about their tours coming up soon.
Exactly. We have a tour schedule. You can purchase tickets, like
VIP.
Yeah, tickets. Exactly. So really, it's the artists can play with it however they want, and we want to make it as easy as possible for artists because they have a million things going on. And that just goes back to us wanting to intertwine with things they already do, i.e. sell merch. We want to reduce the friction as much as possible. So it's like you can do as little as nothing and just provide people with verifiable products, and they're creating their fan profile, and people just love that at the minimum. And then you can build up to dropping albums early, exclusive videos of you working in the studio, like really the world is your oyster.
Awesome. So do artist fans need to use like crypto to have any wallet benefits from IYK or anything like that?
We started as a crypto company. That's our origination story. But we're no longer kind of call it crypto first. And one of the things, like one of the misconceptions about crypto is that there's always a financial element tied to it. And that's really not the case with us. And I think that's why when we were able to like raise capital, why we were so interested, because we actually de-financialize all these crypto assets. And so we just look at it as a tool. So we leverage the blockchain as a public database so that you know that this is a real item, it's verifiable. And also, if I say that there's only 1,000 Ramones t-shirts, that means that there's only 1,000 chips in the wild. And so, as let's say I was doing a drop and I was a Ramones and I really wanted to release 1,500, you couldn't actually do that because each one needs a chip and they're tied to each specific unit number. So you know for certain that there's really only 1,000 items. So we just use it as a back-end mechanism, but from a consumer side and a fan side, you really have no idea that this exists, and it doesn't really matter. Like, we don't care that if you go to Facebook, they're using AWS, or if you go to like YouTube, they're using Google. Like, we don't care how they're doing it in the back end. So, and we've learned that in a lot of conversations, like some people are just put off about the crypto thing. So it's totally in the back burner, but it is our origination story. And that is how, like, one of the fundamental beliefs that we believe in long term, that verifiable products, that's what you're going to want. And as we go more and more digital, you will want to show off that you got Chance the Rapper's like Starship shirt when it dropped in 2025. And
that shirt was fire.
Like, and that shirt, the shirt is fire. But like now they're looking in my closet and they see like, oh, Austin's been a fan since 2025, and that goes back to laying the foundation where like if Chance the Rapper like had his apparel chipped when he was dropping like acid rap, like how cool would that be? So we're in it, that's like our long-term vision.
And it seemed like this chip is bringing value to apparel too, because now we're in a reselling market. I know, like you said, that limited edition, if you order 1,000 t-shirts, there's only a limited edition adding a chip to it. That's dope. So I think it adds value to a garment as well. There's
the resale side of things. People are really interested in that component. There's a lot to it, and I think once you get people reselling, that means that's a good thing. You want people reselling, so if you can get into the hype beast side of things, that's a good thing.
Cool. So what's next for IYK? I know you did some collaboration with Adidas, Chance the Rapper. So what is your next big brand or artist you would like to collab with, and what is next for IYK? Because I know you guys got some great stuff coming up soon.
Drake. We're coming. No, not yet. Not yet.
Make it happen. No, listen, make it happen.
Yeah,
you have to put it in the.
It's in the ethos.
Out there. Yeah, ethos. Put it out there for sure.
It's in the ethos. We have a lot going on. So I've touched on it, but the chip, our product itself actually didn't start just music. It was very broad because the market for chip goods, we still believe, is almost every physical product. Like, I think that this couch could be, like, that chair could be chipped. I think this couch could be chipped. Like, we believe that, but recently what we found is ultimately, as like a business, you need to provide deep value because you have to monetize. And we found that in the music industry, that's like where today we can provide value instantly, and we don't have to like wait for trends or anything. So initially we started broad, but let's call it over the past 6 months, we've really started to focus on the music vertical. And that's where all of our energy is going. So in the immediate future, we're working with, we have a couple things lined up with, it's looking good, but potentially some of the biggest artists on the planet.
Fire.
And we're going to be launching our music specific app, which we're getting a lot of interest right now. And so we're doing, there's an old saying in like tech startups, or really startups in general, is do things that don't scale. And so we have a lot of interest in our music product right now. And so we're doing things that don't scale, and we have probably too much demand. So we're building out a music product that will allow us to scale this. And yeah, we want to create this verified fan hub where people come in, they're able to see their verified actions, one of which is owning product. Another can be attending a show. Another could be supporting someone on their Instagram, and just creating a hub to identify these verified actions, and for fans to start showing off their fandom. And that's coming very soon, and we're pretty excited about the demand right now that we're getting on these chip products and the broader ecosystem.
Right.
Yeah.
So this sounds like you guys have a lot of great things going on. So Austin, tell me, where can artists reach out to you guys to get started with this NFC chip or any new devices or chips you guys launching?
Yeah.
So where can they find you guys at?
Yeah, so our website, artists.iyk.app. Also, if you're watching this, you can email me directly, austin@iyk.app. That's letter IYK.app. And yeah, we'll collaborate directly with indie musicians, really any musician, but we know that a lot of times you won't work directly with the musician. So we'll collaborate with artists from small to large, and we're also we're a pretty scrappy team. And so if that means hopping on a call and talking about our product suite and what this can mean for you and what maybe the best installation is, and maybe for some artists it doesn't make sense, and we're not afraid to say that. But for use cases that we do think it'll make sense, we'll get our hands dirty, and we'll create kind of call it a drop, or like what we think is best for you, and go from there.
Cool. Thank you for stopping by Merch Life Hustle. Fans, this is a great device that you can engage with your fans. Also, limited edition stuff. So Austin here can pretty much give you all the exclusive on what's next for IYK. Thank you, Austin, for stopping by Merch Life Hustle. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care. Deuces. Welcome back to Merch Life Hustle. Let's take a trip down merch memory lane and give our OGs and our artists our salute and pretty much their flowers. We're going to talk about Kanye West and his I Love Pablo tour. His merch, pretty much fans were going crazy over the merch back in the day, and how I Love Pablo, those tees were pretty much selling out everywhere. And Beyonce, she curated an amazing product line, drops here, drops there, and selling out instantly. And Astro World, our dog Travis Scott, he was killing it like a sneaker release. This is our moment in merch memory lane where we want to give our artists their flowers. Thanks again. Take care. Welcome back to Merch Life Hustle. I'm adding a new segment. This is called Merch Report, where we break down what's really going on in the world of merch, from AI shaking up designs to exclusive to drops, collabs, and how retail is rocked by fast fashion giants like Shein, Temu. We're talking all the heat, we're talking all the shifts, and what it means to be a hustle. So let's get into it. I got the OG, he's the wizard, he's the chef, he's like the OG, he got it all. He like plugged in, you can enter the computer, email him, or even call him, and he'll give you the laydown of everything what's going on in the world, from tech to fashion to sports to fashion. It's my dog, Dawud West.
What's up, man?
What's up? Welcome back, brother. I had to bring you back, son. Because listen, the last episode, everybody was loving that drip and skip. Man, you had everybody. People was hitting me up with the drip and skip. Yo, that drip and skip. Yeah. And I appreciate it because you know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about.
I appreciate it.
So what is going on in your world today? What's going on?
Just got some projects, doing some environmental design with Def Jam.
Fire.
LA offices, they wanted me to design a few walls in the building that they opened in new offices.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm doing that. Got some stuff with a Canadian promoter. It's giving me a lot of work doing some stuff with Takal brand. And just trying to stay busy.
Okay.
It,
So listen, today is a techie day. We done had one of our amazing guests on before about the NFC chip.
Right.
And now I just want to tap in a little bit about the world of AI. Do you think AI is leveling playing game field for watering down quality or merch designer? Or what are your opinion on what AI is, contribute from good to bad in this whole merch world?
It's a double-edged sword, honestly, and especially at the inception of it right now, when people are starting to realize the abilities of it and what it's capable of doing, and you now have those who are not as established that are threatened by it because, it's actually replacing a lot of, design work. Like, for instance, you could tell AI, you could prompt AI to draw something, and that illustrator is now out the window because you already have it, the prompt that prompted, and the prompt is basically what you tell it to do.
Right.
And that in itself is becoming a lane that people can come in and get hired at. Like, yo, do you know prompts? Do you know how to prompt this? Do you know how to take this and give it the information? Because, when you just tell AI to do, draw me a black and white photo of X, Y, and Z, that's cool. But the prompter knows how to go in and specifically make it do what it needs to do.
Gotcha.
And there's different platforms. There's Midjourney platform, ChatGPT has a platform. There's different, Firefly, Adobe Firefly, and all of these guys are like now at the inaugural stages of it. But I don't know if you're familiar with the babies that are now. So now VO3 that happens with Google.
No.
Google has a thing called VEO3.
Okay.
And it basically, you can script it to do a script of a scene of a movie.
Right.
And these actors are non-existent. They're only existent in this world of AI.
Right.
They don't know, you don't know who these actors are, but you can basically create a scene of a movie, and whatever that movie may be, it could be a storyline that you came up with, but storyboards and stuff like that. You can basically do that storyboard. Yes, with VEO3.
Oh, wow.
And that's Google's new
AI
situation. But they have one where they take like scenes of movies and stuff like that, and this is all movement. But they take these little babies and they replace them. The baby may look like little Martin Lawrence.
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, got it. Oh, I saw that one that Jordan did. There was one that had Kobe Bryant. That's fine. I like that though.
But but the person who actually did that before, now that's a whole new thing. But so now with merch, you can now take a lot of those images and dither them out to where they go on a t-shirt or whatever. Pump it out if necessary. But to your point and to your question, AI is definitely positioning itself as something that people use. For instance, I was doing this thing with Def Jam, and in the agreement, in the contracted agreement, it said you cannot use AI images or anything like that.
Oh, really? That's great.
Like that.
Really, AI, we just probably do we have to walk up on AI and like fudge AI up? Because is it taking money out of our pockets or what's...
It has the capability of soon, yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that what happens is people, if you're not of the understanding of what it is, you will lose. Like when we were talking before the camera came on,
Yeah,
you were saying that you kind of, got your hand. That's because otherwise you're losing. I don't want to, you get old and you age out of things because you're not aware.
Correct.
So I don't want to be that guy like, okay, I don't know how to do this, that, and the other. So I keep my ear to the street on kind of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So.
And one thing you mentioned that was a perfect, I guess, explanation when you said prompt. Because to me, I guess they always say take advantage of AI.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can communicate to AI. I'm like, that's not what I asked.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if I'm trying to design something, and it give me up with, I'm like, and then I have to get like street on AI, like what the F, like what's going on? Do I need to pop off on you to get it right?
Right. I mean, and that's kind of the thing where, even some people that are a little bit more spiritual think like, oh, you're talking to a demon. I mean, a
demon, by Lucifer. Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
no, seriously. I mean, and that's the issue with Timberland right now.
Right.
Timberland sourced a lot of his information from people where, you go in and you call a beat, you send a beat in,
right,
and he critiques it. And what people are mad at him about is like, you created an AI artist using a lot of the information that you got, sourcing information on send me a beat and I'll critique it. Wow. And this is the thing that's prompting this new quote unquote artist that he signed. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Only in the AI world, only in that, in that world. So that's why people are upset with it. So you have some pros and some cons.
Yeah. So have you, it sounds like you pretty much already utilize that. I'm not saying you use that for your
absolutely.
job. But do you do a comparison sometime where you look at something that you personally design and then you throw AI out some concepts, and do you see, I guess, because sometimes when people say, when they add emotions to it, you could tell that there's detail, there's some sort of a passion. Because I guess computers, they tell us don't have feelings or they don't have emotions. But do you see technically the difference when you know something's AI compared to when a real illustrator? Oh, really? You have that eye?
There's tells. There's not even the eye. So if you have the eye, you can see the tells.
Oh, wow.
And the tells are what they used to be before. So you'd see an image and you'd be like, okay, cool. The first thing you look at is the hands because it doesn't do hands well.
Really?
Well.
Oh.
So that's a tell. And then there's a certain, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a sheen, but it's a certain feel. You could tell it's AI because it looks. So if they try to, say for instance, you use an image of somebody old and then it has it looks too new.
Right.
That's AI.
Gotcha.
But those tells are now being worked out. So those are the bugs.
Gotcha.
So those tells that were all obvious tells now are not there anymore.
So what about the hands that you see that it's just
So for instance, I did a project with this artist named JJ Wild, and she wanted to see some skeletons. And skeletons, I put a skeleton holding a rose. One of the things it'll do is if you it'll give you 4 different images, but the skeleton holding a rose will have 6 digits on the finger. Or one finger and another finger coming off of it.
Oh, wow.
But that's how AI
now I'm going to look for that now.
Okay. Those are the tells.
Got you.
And those are really obvious ones. But now, like I said before, those bugs are being worked out.
Right.
To where you're not going to be able to tell. And the only way you'll be able to tell really is the look of something. If it looks too clean or too AI.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's the only word I can use for it because that really describes. It looks artificial. It looks created, but it looks artificially created. But it does give you what you want.
Right.
So, for instance, we at Bravado, we like, you have a concept meeting or whatever, and you're sketching stuff down, and we go to Tim, and Tim would say, Tim, could you sketch this out? I love you, Tim.
Right.
To the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
But that's what it does.
Gotcha.
Danny Motok, excellent illustrator.
Yeah.
AI, who can do what Danny does. You just got to know how to prompt it.
Gotcha. That prompt really important.
Yes, that prompt.
I try to design something. I'm like, yo.
They actually have.
And I was getting angry at it by its way. I was like, it's important. I'm glad you mentioned.
Yes, no, they have studies. Like you can actually go into a place and say, I need a job. What do you do? I prompt AI. Let me see some examples. Can you do it on the fly? Let me see you do an example right here in my face. Okay, boom. Oh, he worked. Okay, you're hired.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is. Like all you do is prompt AI.
And that was my next question to you. So what is your thoughts on someone who's using AI as that platform to design and they call themselves a designer? Are they a designer?
That's a bit dubious because, I mean, at the end of the day, you're not doing anything but prompting something to do it. And then if you take that and then splash it onto a shirt, you can't call yourself a designer. Okay. You're pretty much a prompter. Even though you may have that thought and you may have like a broad scope of what you want, designing takes a skill that you know how to use a particular program to do it with. And that's Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. If you don't know those three, you can't call yourself a designer. Okay. If you just came in as a new person and you got the bundle with a computer that you got, right. Seriously. Yeah. If you got, because that's what's happening right now. Yeah. You got these kids that are coming in calling themselves creatives and they're not creating anything. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, and like we were just talking about before, when you have people that come in and they'll hire these kids that and don't get it wrong, man. Yeah. Their whole elevator pitch is great. Because ChatGPT told it how to pitch that. Got you. And that's another AI platform, ChatGPT. And ChatGPT also does art. You just tell it, draw me a picture, black and white, of so and so and so, blah blah blah, whatever. And it'll take a few minutes, and it'll give you. And then you can tell it, okay, I don't like this, and it'll ask you, are we cool? No, I've changed this. No, that's how the conversation goes. Through ChatGPT.
And I'm talking to the devil.
Hey man, that's what some people have said. I don't subscribe to that mode of thought. Right. Like I said, man. Right. But for lack of a better phrase, it's almost like remember when we saw Terminator came out? Yes. And they had
it was like the evil one and the good one.
Well, they had the whatever it was, the industries that took over everything. It was called
iRobot. Not that, right?
No, it wasn't iRobot. It was not Yo-Yo Dying. That's Buckaroo Banzai. Okay. But that same thing that took over, and it took over, the AI took over. The AI is now a computer saying, this is the threat. Yeah. Let's get rid of this threat. And it went extra ballistic. Wow. That's what we're dealing with at this point. And then we are at the beginning stages of it right now. Yeah. So I mean, even politics, So really, to your point, I mean, I don't want to, stray too far away from the point. But it's just like that's what we're dealing with now as creatives. And as somebody who has been doing this for the better part of 20 plus, 25 plus years, as far as album packages first, and then to where I'm at right now with the merch, I mean, thank God I got 25 years in.
Good. And what do you say, because right now, I know you know the hustle of the game, you have the experience. Right. What do you say to designers who feel like AI is making them irrelevant?
Get your prompt game up.
Oh.
It's that simple.
I guess you just
get your prompt game up. Because that's really, because like as I've worked it, like it gets to the point where they have manuals and handbooks on what, because it's not as far as telling it what to do, it's how you tell it what to do. It's almost like coding a language in a computer. Because you're still using a computer, so it's certain languages that it recognizes. Yeah. And these AI platforms, like Midjourney, it uses these languages that tells what to do. And if you use a proper language, it knows exactly what you mean, as opposed to just saying, "Oh, do this," and like, there's so many variables of what you mean. With the languages and specifics, oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Got you.
So that's how prompting. So if you know how to design, because what I normally do, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. What I normally do is I've studied in prompting, and I'll go tell AI, hey, do this, that, and the other for me. And I'll get it. And I'm like, that don't work. And I'll take that image from that platform into Photoshop and modify it and do what I need to do with it in order to make it my thing that I designed.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Back to the point of the 6-finger skeleton thing. I just removed one finger, and it was the regular hand, but I didn't need that 6th digit. Yeah. It doesn't have polydactyly, so I'm like, let me cut this off. And I removed that finger, that digit off of there, and it works. But something like that, Or the horse, the mist of the horse is not really doing what it needs to do. Right. Take that off of there.
So is AI stealing, or what do you call it? Or AI mimics someone's style perfectly? Like, is it like what do you call it?
It's not stealing, but you have to realize it's pulling from what already exists on the computer. It's not pulling it out of the ether. Mm-hmm. It's referencing an image that's already exists. That's why Def Jam tells you don't use it. Right. Because if somebody has the wherewithal to say, like, well, wait a minute, man, that looks like something I shot, or that looks like a photo that I did.
Right.
They can actually litigate.
So
they can sue you for that. So
okay.
That's why they tell you not to use it. But in like smaller projects of like doing merch for, whatever, nobody's going to see that. Nobody's going to see it and recognize it as, oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
We're not doing album covers and smacking them on t-shirts.
Yeah.
We're just doing, we're taking an image and then we're, So however you got to manipulate it to work for you.
And where do you draw the line at, like using AI?
Me? I don't.
Okay.
There's not a line, especially these days. There's no line out of the draw.
Okay.
I mean, come on. At the end of the day, it's like get the thing done. Because if like guys like you remember there was a dude. His name was Arian Bueller. He did all of the Rolling Stones.
Oh yes.
Arian has a niche.
Yeah.
And he's rocking that.
Yeah.
But if Arian if Arian didn't have, okay, Arian, I need you that. I don't got the time to do it.
AI.
At the end of the day,
Right.
And I love you, Arian.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
Arian can, and I'm sure that he's probably had some concerns like, hey, I don't really know, and he'd be right. Like, yo, I could be replaced by this.
Right.
But Arian has a specific niche. Like, he's really good at what he does.
Okay.
So Arian's relationships with people are, hey man, I don't want to use AI.
Yeah.
And so now there's a thing with that being the case where there's a hand feel of a real person did this.
Okay.
And that's going to become the thing.
Dope. Okay.
That's going to become the thing. Like this was done by a real person.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a prompt. It wasn't.
So I guess the value should go up then,
Absolutely.
compared to someone that's using AI versus a real life human person.
Absolutely.
Illustrating. Okay.
Absolutely.
Dope. So
and that's the thing.
Okay.
So as illustrators go, that's the thing. Are you that good? Like I even say with Tim. Tim has a feel.
Yeah.
And Tim will also be able to capitalize on the fact that this is hand done. This is not AI.
Okay.
And that's going to become a selling point, I'm sure, for Arian and the Tims and the guys that actually do illustrate stuff like that.
Okay.
But like them jackets we were painting, the Rolling Stones, like the Guns N' Roses jackets we were painting, AI can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it can try,
Right.
but it can't do that. It cannot put pen to paper.
Unless they're gonna have a robot up there.
I'm sure that.
That's next.
Oh man, come
Holy
on.
shit. So listen, we're going to pivot to something else. As we know, why do you think merch is now outselling actual music for a lot of artists? Because now you don't really hear people talking about like dropping singles anymore. Now you hear like drops on, merch, pop-ups. So what is...
I think because it's tangible. You can hold it.
Yes.
You can wear it.
Right.
You can say, this is what I listen to. This is who I listen to. You can't, you can listen to a song, and if you got a system in your car, you can bump that when you are. But who does that really these days?
Yeah.
So the thing is, what merch is the tangible thing to say, I want to collect this. I want this Funko Pop of this artist in my collection.
Right.
I want it I'm doing a podcast. I want all of these
right
there. Because it tells people without listening to a sound what you're into.
Gotcha.
And that's really the thing. It's that clout that comes with having a piece of tangible, physical thing in your hand or on your body or on your feet or on something or, in your bloodstream. I mean, really, seriously, it tells people who you're a fan of.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that merch...
Because you see it everywhere. Everyone have some... You don't even have to listen to a Metallica or a Grateful Dead. You see someone rocking a merch on it. You know what I mean? People... You can ask them, do you know who you were? That's Aaliyah. That's Biggie.
And half the time, Corman, they don't know.
Right.
But it's a thing.
Yeah.
And it looks good. And it says, I've heard of her.
Yeah.
You see people with a Nirvana shirt. I've seen comedy shows where the dude's like, got a Nirvana shirt. The dude played Smells Like Teen Spirit, and the guy with the Nirvana has no clue where he got that Nirvana shirt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nirvana.
And that really speaks to how merch is really taking over.
Okay.
Because it's no longer. I mean, the music industry. Let's keep it 100. It's
yeah.
It's it's in the dumps.
Yeah, it's in the dumps.
Let's keep it 100. It's really in the dumps. But what's not in the dumps? Merch.
Yeah.
That's why Bravado has a spot where they're at right now. Yeah. Bravado probably makes more money than the labels.
Yeah.
You understand? Same thing with you guys. You guys probably make more money than the artists releasing music. Because music is disposable. Merch is not.
Yeah.
Merch is not disposable. Don't throw that away. Hold on to that.
Yeah,
and the longer you have it, that's unworn. Listen, man, I've sold pieces that I've designed that have never been worn.
Right.
And it fetches a nice price.
Yeah,
it's not been worn. It doesn't have a stink of a body person on it.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't have a stench. You know, like if you wear anything, it smells like you after a while.
Correct. Like when you're talking about reselling. Like okay, dope.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You know. I posted a Kanye West promo T-shirt on eBay.
Really?
And it didn't live on there for at least 45 minutes. It was snatched up that quickly.
Oh, wow. And we got rid of a lot of that I Love Pablo stuff. I know I just gave it away like it was just, like, here, take it.
Yeah. I mean,
so listen, another thing, what impressed you, because I know you have the eye, what's out there. What impressed you? I don't know if you've been watching some of these new drops from Kendrick Lamar tour to the Beyonce to, Chris Brown just dropped his on IG. Pretty much, like, what have you been impressed with? Any of the artists that really cut, like Travis Scott dropped. I like his latest drop that he did was pretty dope. It's giving that hard metal hip hop vibe with some heavy weighted. I saw side drop shoulder hoodies and the boxy cut, and that crop is in now with the drop shoulder. So like, what caught your eye?
Honestly, Andre 3000's little offering.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's simple, but it really, it's really him and his MetLife look. So Andre was on there with the piano in his back.
Yeah.
And he has like a really starkly drawn sketch of him with that same thing on his back. Andre 3000's really his release, the Clips new project. Their merch that's done by Cause. Their merch is really dope.
So when you said done by Cars, with
Cause.
K-A-W-S.
K-A-W-S. He's a graffiti.
Okay.
Well, he's known for graffiti, but he's the guy with the big Mickey Mouse hands and the guy with the ears.
Okay. Yeah.
He's down in I think he's in Hudson Yards. He's got a few.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's the mouse.
Yes. I know you're referring to. Okay.
Big hands.
Okay.
That's Cause.
Oh, I didn't know
that.
But
a lot of that stuff is drawn by Cause.
Oh.
Like I have an old book called It's the Encyclopedia of Camouflage, and it's called Destructive Pattern Material. That's what it's called. It's like you can't even buy it right now, but it's really like this two volume book, and in there they have these little Cause hits.
Okay.
And it's this book encyclopedia, but it's got like Cause illustrations over like some guys in there.
Yeah. And where can I get that book from? Like, you bought it online or someone gave it to you?
No, I actually got it when there was a Japanese store in the not Lower East Side, it was near Broadway.
Okay.
And I spent like $75 for this 2-volume book. It comes in a hard box case.
Yeah.
Pull it out, 2 sections in there, and it was put out by Maharishi. Is a design house that they do like really vintage military feel stuff. Really cutting edge.
Yeah.
And Maharishi advertised it. I think they might have even put it out.
Okay.
But now it's like worth $2,000.
Yeah.
It's really old book, but he's in there too.
Yeah.
So his stuff is dope. The Cowboy Carter stuff with the a lot of this stuff. But that's why a lot of these artists are really going that merch route.
Yeah.
Because again, I can go to the show, but how do I tell you I went to the show?
True. And they got like 40, 30 items up there. And then sometime when you go there, they're already sold out. And
you don't remember back in the day when we had Kanye on Bravado.
Yeah.
And cats would just go to the venue just to go get the merch.
Yep.
I don't even care about the music.
Correct.
I just want to go get this piece and go keep it pushing.
Exactly.
Move around, go get this thing, and go home.
But them cigs are expensive now, though, just to pop up and get them.
I mean, right now.
but no, you're right 100%. I agree.
That's the thing, because like I said, music is disposable. You can't even, the CDs are not even physical. You can't hold a CD in your hand. You can't go, we would spend all day long at Virgin Records.
I miss Virgin, Just
looking.
Just playing the music.
Looking. And then it was a thing, too, because I designed albums. So let me see where my album sits up in here. Let me do this. Let me do that.
Tower Records that was on Broadway.
Tower, Virgin, all of that.
Yeah.
And you sit there all day long.
Yes.
And walk away with things you hold in your hand. It was tangible.
Yeah, I miss Virgin.
You had it in your hand.
Union Square, right?
Union Square. Virgin.
42nd Street. Yeah.
Tower. The Tower was in there. I mean, even in 40's Deuce.
Yeah.
At a Virgin. Virgin Mega Store.
Yeah.
You go there all day long and spend a good portion of your whole lunch break looking for new releases that you may have designed. Because again, like I said, I designed albums.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my album. Oh shit! Let me see what it looks like in the store. Let me see this whole rollout in the store. It's shit that you designed.
Yeah. And merch in general, like you saying, is just tangible. And now you have, like the first guest that we had, Austin, they have a chip that they apply to the garments now where they can engage with their fans.
Exactly.
And so now they know when the artists are dropping new merch. When their tour, they're going to be in town here. Exactly. They're doing a pop-up there. So it's crazy how merch has just changed the game. And it just...
Well, I knew back when I was working at Def Jam and Charles brought me to Bravado. He was like, yo, and I realized then, because even when I worked at the label, we would do little promo tees, but they would be poorly printed.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that, you get these oversized t-shirts and then you get like, there's no separations in it.
Yeah, like a big ass flyer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and they didn't realize until that guy DJ, what's his name? Russ One is his name. He had that book called Rap Tees.
I read about Rap Tees.
Yeah, Rap Tees. And he got a second volume of it out.
Okay.
It's Rap Tees 2.
Okay.
But I think it's DJ Ross One, I think is his name. Shout out to Ross One. But he created these books. And there was a point in time you couldn't get that Rap Tees book. It was sold out everywhere.
Wow.
But he, did reissues or whatever.
So go ahead, you go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, so that's really the thing. He realized then, like, yo, these are the pieces, because again, I can walk away with this. I can put it on my back and tell somebody, yo, I listened to Wu-Tang 36 Chambers album. I got this tee from back then.
And Wu-Tang's on the tour, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure they got merch.
They got nice merch line. Beautiful. Check it out.
That's
for
what
sure.
I'm saying. So, and I haven't had a chance to look at that, but I'm sure it's dope. Yeah. I'm sure, listen, a lot of these cats, the competition in the game is crazy too, because everybody, before we were a small group of people.
Yeah.
Now it's...
Yeah.
I gotta ask this man right here, do you design? He probably designs.
Using AI. You use AI?
I'm saying.
So listen, as we know, the retail game right now is like up in shambles. From tariffs, you got Forever 21, like just what they was fast fashion, and now Shein and Temu is taking over. One of my favorite Instagram video where this guy coming in he was talking to his wife. He was like, I'm tired of every day. It's Temu. You talking about you getting free stuff. You ain't getting free stuff. You playing that game and spend you got to pay for the shipping. So Temu and Shein is taking over, playing these little games that they saying you getting free product and everything. So what can, I guess, retail in the United States and the world do with places like Shein and Temu are just taking over the game? Because think about it, you could buy a $10 shirt compared to going to a H&M or Zara and spending $65 for a shirt.
Get down and lay down. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it boils down to just
Get down and lay down. I love it.
Get down and lay down. For real.
Right.
Because you see, that's why they exist.
Right.
They exist for the people that don't want to spend that top point, that point price, that top dollar.
Correct.
On a piece of clothes. And then you wear it once or twice, what they call fast fashion. It's once or twice, and then you throw it away. And then you go back to the trough again, and you go pull something else.
It just is blowing my mind that, I guess, stores today can't compete with that, because you can go into the mall now. There's nobody in the mall. No. Most people, I'm just saying, if they go to the mall, they got to have some sort of a like pop-up that's going on there.
Or something.
But no retail, people's not going to retail stores to shop. You got e-commerce where they're shopping, and it's really killing these stores.
But you look at spots like Supreme where they have the online component and the in-store component. And, that right there, they do a drop. They did a drop a few with Spike Lee, I think it was. And, lines down the block. Same thing with this girl. Recently, a girl did a drop with some bathing suits or whatever her name was. I can't call the name. But she did a drop. They had in Soho, the line around the corner, down the block. So a lot of these spots, a lot of this stuff happens. And a lot of people, are dropping. A lot of these people, designers now, are streamers.
Oh.
So where you're actually watching them create the piece.
Oh, right, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
You know, what we just discussed earlier, where you know the stream and let's get it.
I love that. I love that.
Not get it mixed up. Streamers are really, really, really becoming the new celebrities, and I don't care what it is you do.
No, I agree.
If you in real life that IRL that, if you showing anything you do, you know, to your everyday hustle, there's a fan base that is interested in that.
Yeah.
So a lot of these successful streamers are wearing the sheen pieces in the so it kind of feeds itself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people. Like, you know, you got a camera watching you design, and you're putting designs together. You're doing X, Y, and Z with this design, and then you pump it out.
Yeah. And it's important, and that was the reason why I wanted to do this platform, Merch Life Hustle, to showcase people like yourself, illustrator designers.
Right.
And I'm glad that the world is doing it now, giving shout out to all the people behind the scenes. A lot of times you always think that the artist is designing that or their brand, but there's people behind that's putting all that together, designing, project managers, productions, product developers, illustrators. And so a whole factory that's getting all this done. And I'm enjoying that. I see a lot of those people, streamers, getting those hits and people showing them love for doing authentic like designs and stuff.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. Like I just did a project with Redman, and I'm like telling him like, yo, okay, I'm doing this album rollout for you, but let's talk about your merch.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, like you're iconic.
He's iconic. Yeah.
Your merch, what's up?
Yeah, legend.
And then not only that, you have a brick and mortar, which you can pump it out of.
Yeah.
Richmond Hood Company, man, listen, it's in Staten Island.
And he got the fan base.
He got the
base.
The
content.
He got the content.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, dude, where your merch is not like it should be Redman crazy.
Yeah.
We should be inundated with Redman merch, but
it's a perfect opportunity too, where everybody's into
I'm
buying.
gonna holler at him, man. You know, I definitely have his ear. I could definitely give him a call to do whatever, and just kind of put it in his ear, like, dude, you really need to step up your merch.
Yeah,
because that's.
And if you ever need anything from me, I'm always here. You know what I mean? Your family, you now already like. I got you coming through.
Because remember, I asked you even about the other Redman thing. Who printed out the?
Did that work out for you?
Well, it didn't work out because they didn't use them.
Okay.
Because what they wound up doing was they were trying to do. They had a cover that they wanted it to be lenticular.
Yeah.
They wanted it to actually have the character on it and then his real face on it. And they wanted it to lenticulate. I guess that's the word. And I think Kevin wanted a lot. You know, he wanted too much money because what I realized was they wanted the whole package done, not just the cover. They wanted the entire book, the whole LP.
Oh yeah.
Even the vinyl, vinyl could be, and I know that there's a lot of moving parts.
Budget there.
Exactly. And Kevin doesn't print albums like that. He does print.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. And I'm sure he could probably source it, but the money. Was the issue. So I think, we went somebody else or whatever the case may be. But
so listen, Dawud, thank you for stopping by Merch Life Hustle. Your family, I like when you come through, give us the knowledge. Pretty much, you need to put out a book. That's next when you come to the next show. When you come to the next show, we need to put out a book to let us know, all the history people that you work with, the knowledge. You was dropping some gems talking to our producer today. Just as about stuff from IT technical things. Yeah. So you have a realm of knowledge across the board of different genres. And again, thank you for stopping by Merch Life Hustle. Tell us again where people can reach out to you, book you, hire you for anything. I think you're great for doing any type of, I guess everything. What I'm saying, like everything. I'm even saying, even being a speaker, I think you're a great person to speak to the young people about being inspired to do things. And so where they can contact you in your social media.
I could be contacted at my email is darknessbrothers, brothers abbreviated DARKNESSBROS at iCloud.com. My Instagram is darknessbrothersarchive, DARKNESSBROS archive. And that's how you can find me. A lot of that stuff is really easy. I mean, I can give you my number. I don't know if you want me to say it.
Whatever works for you.
917-238-2418. That's how you can contact me directly. And,
Awesome.
If I'm not busy, I can take it on, help you out however you need.
Cool. That was your Merch Life Hustle merch report. Thank you, Dawud West, for coming through. I see you soon, brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Be safe. Awesome.
Gotta make that green, green, green. You need to hustle for that green, green, green. Every time I